There it is.
Don't forget that.
There it is. With the headphones on, it looks
That's how we
awesome.
do it, dog. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another Lucha Lit video on the Lucha Lit station. Just in case you forgot, I'm your host, WWE superstar Lince Dorado, with another sick video. Today, it is my honor to bring to you an exclusive video with 3 of the founding fathers of today's style. Guys, check it out and let me know what you think with a comment below. Hit that like button. Let's get it.
What do I say? They just... They're illegal, Eric! They're supposed to be gone! John House, Spirit is blood! Spirit is blood! The most devastating double payment over in professional wrestling! Follow it out! What happened, John House? You saw it, Eric! You seen it! Oh! Red alert! Excuse me, infrared! Infrared! Fred hit the infrared!
Yo, y'all know who's on the screen, damn it. And if y'all don't know, y'all need to go back on the YouTube and check them out, because we getting the past from the past, the fathers of today's style of Lucha Libre. Pro wrestling meets Lucha Libre. Please welcome to the World Wrestling Federation, the S.A.Ts, Will, Joe, and Jose Maximo. What's good, dog?
What's good, brother?
¿Cómo está? ¿Todo bien?
Todo bien, todo bien. ¿Cómo está?
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all something real quick. First of all, I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of them cats back in the day when I first broke in. I didn't know about wrestling, at least independent wrestling, right? Everything is WWF or ECW. But the moment that I got introduced to YouTube, brother, I found the S.A.Ts. Not only that, I found the style that I wanted to do. Funny story, real quick. I got trained by Mike Quackenbush.
Nice.
I got trained by Chris Hero. That's the dude right there. And I got trained by Claudio Castagnoli. And they gave me the nickname, me and another guy, right? Shoot names, Jose and Joel, Mini Maximos. And I was like, yo, Mini Maximos, let me check this out. And that's how I got introduced to the S.A.Ts.
That's dope.
And from there, bro, y'all been blowing my mind. Even since y'all haven't been in the ring, I'm still like, yo, why are these guys not picked up? And today we're going to get into it, why you guys should be picked up this year, right? That's the goal. We want to get you guys out there in the world working, not just producing, not managing. No, forget all that. There's still gas in the tank. I want to see Joel. I want to see Jose, Spanish Fly, some fool off the top, and then have Will come off something sicker. I don't even know, but we're gonna get into all of it today. I don't care who starts. I want to talk about the beginning, the very beginning. What the got you guys into wrestling? Who wants to? I don't care.
Joel, you take it from the top, yeah? You can hear me well, right? You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
I hear you perfectly. Well, what got us into wrestling was ECW. Watching ECW at 2 in the morning at in the MSG. You remember that?
Yeah, bro, I love ECW.
Well, we were little kids and very impressionable. So we, like everybody else who does wrestling, we didn't have a ring, so we made do with what we had, and we took a mattress to the backyard, and that's how we started doing our thing.
So in ECW, okay, so you guys from the New York area, right?
Yep.
All right, so New Jersey for me, I'm actually right outside Camden, which is right across from Philadelphia where ECW was. What about ECW? Because it's a lot of misconception about ECW, right? Like it's hit or miss. It's either really good wrestling or like the so what about it got you guys to want to get into wrestling? Maybe not the style yet, but like what about ECW?
It was the feeling. I always tell that to people. Like there was a certain feeling about that company that you don't get anywhere else. And I'm not sure if it's because a lot of those guys didn't have big enough names, like the WWF superstars, and they were hungry all together. It was a unity that just splashed out of the screen, bro. It pulled to us, the fans, those fans. I guess that's what pulled us towards watching ECW. To me.
Yeah, I remember watching, like, obviously I watched all of that, right? Japanese, Lucha Libre. For me, Lucha Libre was a sport until I got introduced to American wrestling. But that's not my story. But when I got introduced to ECW, brother, I was like, yo, this is something sick. Like,
yeah,
and
no doubt.
I see what you're saying, because it's not only the building that has like nostalgia, but that atmosphere that the fans create, and you know, the excitement of just like, damn, this is like different, you know?
Yeah.
And y'all brought that style later on. So let's talk about some wrestlers in ECW that may have inspired you. Like, what were some of the wrestlers you guys were looking at back in the day?
I mean, back in the day, bro, we were marks of everybody. And like Joel said, legit, it was the whole atmosphere. Like, we're smaller guys. We were always, you know, 5'9", 150, 160 pounds soaking wet. I mean, that's who we were. We were small little guys. So in our minds, we were like, all right, WWE guys are 7 foot, 6'10", 6'5". And it was that stigma at the time. You were talking about 15 years ago, you know? So in our minds, we were like, damn, these guys in ECW are our height, our weight. And they're doing stuff that we would like to do athletically. You know, not saying that WWE guys weren't at the time. They were great in their own way. But ECW just brought that formula, you know, that different, you know, that captivation to the crowd where it's like, you know, the crowd can relate. Man, maybe I can become a wrestler. And that's what we were at. I mean, I used to mark out to Shane Douglas. We used to mark out to Bam Bam Bigelow.
Oh, Beast in the East.
Yeah, triple threat. We were like big on triple threat. I mean, Raven. You go down from Sabu to RVD. Mikey Whipwreck, our trainer. It was ridiculous. We love Mikey Whipwreck. His whole style, his whole.
I like them with Tajiri. I like them with Tajiri. Like,
I love them with Tajiri.
I like them with Tajiri. Yeah.
All of them.
When he started tagging with Tajiri, he started like doing all the moves that we were creating in the gym.
Yeah.
He started putting them on TV.
Did he steal this? Did he steal it, or did he like? Of course. Any connection between y'all?
Yeah, a few times he shouted us out before he did the move.
That's it.
He did one of your gimmick thing, right? The double arm thing.
Yeah.
I think I remember. He did it in a
pay-per-view.
I think I remember.
What's crazy about watching ECW?
Yeah, he said Joel on the way down.
Joel, that's so sick. Let me ask you a question. Okay, so we watch ECW, right? We got the people that we like. How does the style? How do you, before we even get into the wrestling ring, before we even get into training, whether it's self-taught or to a school, how do you guys like picture yourselves at this moment to be in the ring? Like, do y'all see yourselves as high flyers? Do y'all see yourselves as like brawlers? Because there's actually 3 of y'all, right? Like,
we never really seen ourselves like high flyers. I mean, we always mixed it up. We tried to mix it up with American wrestling, do a little sprinkle, a little lucha, sprinkle a little Japanese style, and it was just a mix in a pot. You know what I mean? We never really considered ourselves high fly. I mean, we did the high fly, we did the springboards, we did the 450s, we did the moonsaults, but you never really saw it in our matches all the time. It was, you know, we try to highlight and try to do a broad spectrum of what we were. I mean, kind of like you guys. I consider you guys high flyers, but I really see you guys, Lucha House, as great wrestlers all around.
I think
you don't see a lot.
No, and I'm going to say 2 points because you had said something earlier, and I'm going to add that one too. One, I feel like we all got to be marks if we still have passion for what we do, right? And if we don't, then it's like you become one of those robots that like just become bitter. So to see you guys like having an absence from the ring and for so long, and then y'all come back and still have that passion. Like, I know I talk to Jose all the time and Joe, and I'm like, yo, I love these guys. Like, I think Jose called me, or one of y'all called me the other day, and I was in the car, and I was like, yeah, I got to call. Yeah. And I was like, babe, I got to pull the car over. I got to call this fool back. But I think the art, going back, Jose, what you were saying, the art of like learning all different styles is gone. Like everybody goes to either one school or their friends train them, and then that's it. Like, I don't know about you guys, but you guys were exposed to a ton of people. Like, even me, I did seminar after seminars. I went to school after. I never committed to really one school.
I don't know.
What did y'all do?
For the first 2 years of our training, I'm sorry, I keep talking.
No, please.
Right? For the first 2 years of our training, 3 years, right, Joel? We were trained by, for the first 2 years, was trained by a Mexican luchador, Super Aguila.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And he trained us straight lucha. We knew nothing American. It was just arm drag, springboards, you know, body scissors, the whole jump off, lucha libre. Everything we did was left-sided.
Yeah.
And we were, well, right-sided. Sorry, we were going opposite. Arm drags were right arm, rolls were on right arm. Everything was lucha libre, Mexican style. And then when we joined Mikey's school, and Mikey actually trained us, then we started to Americanize everything we learned from there. And then, again, we were watching Japanese stuff and and we were sprinkling a little bit of everything we liked into the pot so we can try to stand out and be different. We don't like straight, like you just said, and you hit that point right on. I watch wrestling now, and this is one of the reasons we're inspired to come back now. It's because I feel like, we feel like because 10 years later, I've been out of the ring for 10 years, right? Joel's been out of the ring for 5 with Wilson. I feel like we can still bring something even more different than we did back then. We could rechange and redo everything different, and we still got something to bring. Because what we've been training on is crazy. Watch when you see. It's crazy. It's not even what you see now. It's different all over again. We're reinventing the wheel.
Yeah, real quick. What year did you start Mikey's school? Because you said the first 2 years. Well, first of all, what year did you start with Super Aguila?
I think it was 1998.
98,
right?
So 98 was hot as hell for like wrestling, right? So
yeah.
You 2 years later, 2000, you at Mikey's school, and I think 2000. Yeah, I think 2000 is when the indies really popped off. If I go back in my history, and I'm like, all these guys, S.A.T's coming in, Red coming in, Christopher Daniels, all these guys that are on the scene now. Like you guys were like, and it's cliche, bro. We'll say it's cliche. You guys were pioneers, obviously beforehand, right? Whether you had this vision or not. But now, like, to hear you saying like you've reinventing yourself even more, how the hell are y'all doing that? No, for real. Like how you know what I'm saying? Like how you invent this style of today and then be like, you know what? I don't like it. Let me change this side. And like, what? You got to explain that to me, dog.
You want me to go?
What?
You want me to go? I can talk all day.
Go ahead. I want you out, please. I want you out.
No, I mean, we see exactly what you said. We're marks of a lot of guys, and we watch wrestling. We've been we out of the ring, but we're in the training. We still watch the business. It's what we love to do, and Joel still trains students, hundreds of students, and this is we're in it. We've always been in it. So seeing wrestling now, and I mean, and we're honored. I'm honored that they do Spanish Fly. Every company, every indie, every show, every kind of way.
Remind me to say a point to that when you're done. Go ahead.
And it's a privilege because one day when we're gone, that'll be in Wrestling Arsenal. That's crazy to think about. To even, to imagine a kid from Brooklyn, a bunch of kids from Brooklyn, and now our Spanish Fly is indefinitely embedded into the arsenal of professional wrestling.
Bro, it's history. It's
absolutely.
We'll talk more.
This.
Yeah, and we'll talk more about Spanish Fly. I want to, because that's definitely like a big topic. But to go back to
wait till you see Spanish Bomb.
Spanish.
People are gonna blow their mind. They're not even gonna know what hit.
Don't let them talk no more. Don't let them talk.
Cállate. Listen. We're gonna get into the Spanish. We're gonna get into the Spanish Fly and infrared a little bit later, because I know that's something like you said, that's the legacy, believe it or not, of the SATs. And sometimes I be taken up for you guys when you guys aren't around, because I be hearing people call like, yeah, we gotta do Spanish Fly and all that. I'm like, look. First of all, y'all not Hispanic to be calling it Spanish Fly. It's just a fly, whatever. And second of all, it's not going to be as sick as when these guys did it, because when you guys did it, even though you think you were smaller, y'all was still had size. And to see two dudes pick up another dude, moonsault, double moonsault back, that dude doing a front flip, landing perfect, bam, that shit is sick. So when I see people like I'll do it because I know I can make it look good, right? But I won't do it with somebody if I'm like, damn, that was a shit.
And you Spanish, it fits.
At least one Hispanic got to be in the Spanish Fly to make it called Spanish Fly, damn it. So
we're built.
That's it. Let me ask you. All right, so we talked about the beginning, 1998, 2000. Let's talk about one thing right before that. So are y'all all related, right?
Brothers. Same brother, same father.
Same brother.
I'm the oldest. Then comes Jose, then Will.
Okay. And how far apart are you guys?
Joel's 4 years older than me, and I'm 4 years older than Wilson.
Okay, nice. And then Red is what?
And Red's our cousin.
Okay, blood cousin.
Blood cousin.
Or we talk about Hispanic cousins because I got a bunch of
like,
Hispanic cousins that ain't really.
This is not a lie. This is legit. We used to wrestle in the bed.
We're the modern day Guerreros.
No, I like that. And we're going to talk about Guerrero too. Don't get me wrong. All right. So we talked about the beginning. We know how y'all all met. Y'all all came out of the same amazing woman to give you guys the talent that you guys have. Let's talk about the middle. So when did you guys get your first break? Y'all training, boom, first break. When is it?
Check it out. We came out, we finished training with Aguilar, right? And on Chris Devine, he lived upstairs from us in the same building.
Really?
And he took us, we went to the theater or something, and we found a flyer, a wrestling flyer, an indie flyer, with a company called HWA in Long Island. And we were like, oh shit, it's wrestling. And it said Mikey Whipwreck, really big on it. So we wanted to go. He ended up taking us all the way over there. And after the show, we kind of stalked Mikey Whipwreck outside because we wanted to meet him. You know, we're fans of him. And, we told him we were wrestlers. He was just looking at us up and down like, okay. And then we told him straight up to train us. He had, at the time, he didn't have a school, like he wasn't training anybody.
Yeah.
And me, Jose, Red, and Chris Devine would train us. So you know what the guy did? Mikey said, and Quiet Storm. And Mikey Whipwreck said, we have an ECW show in Connecticut. I remember like it was yesterday. And he was like, I think it was Danbury, Connecticut. And
it was Danbury. I'll never forget it.
And then he goes, meet me there. And if you meet me there, I'll train you. We went to the show. We waited till like 3 a.m. till after the ring crew. He comes out and he's like, who are you guys? So we were like, you said to come, you'll train us or whatever. And he said, meet me Long Island on Tuesday. We went and we were right in front of the House Hardcore. And it was the last of the House Hardcore. Like that year they were closing down ECW. Yeah. And he got us in there, and we were his first students actually. And
one of my boys that I work with, Tony Neese, he got trained by Mikey Whipwreck. He says nothing but freaking nice things, man, like good things. And
bro, you know what's crazy? I remember Neese, Kurt Hawkins, Black Rider when they were young.
Training. Yeah, they were young.
Yeah. Dang,
young boys.
Crazy, dude. Like, and
Tony Neese was like this, bro.
He showed me a picture. He showed me a picture, and I was like,
this crazy.
That's not you, my dude.
No.
Where's the messes?
Remember when he did the 450 in the grass after the show? We did a show, and he was
in the grass. He was crazy.
And then when we came out, he was like S.A.T. and to Red, and he slammed the kid, and he climbed this ladder outside, and he just did a 450.
Oh, yeah. I like Tony. He's a good dude. That's my dude right there. So okay, so y'all guys get your break with Mikey, right? Connecticut, and then you guys go get trained in Long Island. What's the first match?
We did a show for Jack Savage by ICW, Queens Boulevard.
Well, we did HWA. We did a whole bunch of HWA stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's talking about a break. And then like when we really broke out, I'll have to say it was CZW.
CZW. And it's funny that you guys, I keep talking to you guys, and I'm like, damn, I feel like this is my upbringing too, where like, you know, you go and stalk like some wrestler and like, train me, and then he train like we all start in the backyard, right? Like, just get crazy with our brothers and stuff, and then like, you get trained, and then now we're here, right? So I feel like obviously a lot of connection when we talk. Because I'm like, damn, I'm looking at my journey, and I'm seeing these guys as fathers now, adults, and men. And I'm like, hopefully one day I get there when I'm mentally want to grow up. But I like that you guys went back to your roots. It's like, damn, I'm tired of being an adult, because as an adult, I feel like we lose our passion for whatever we love. But then like you guys found it, and then you come full circle. So to see that, and like I always talk to Joel, and I'm like, damn. I love this guy because like we always talk about the word passion, like, and we always share that. So to see and hear it, I'm like, we get it. Like I know you guys get it. So I'm glad that you guys are giving me this opportunity to hit you up. So
man.
So you guys get your break, right? Boom.
Yeah.
Who's the first?
So then,
who's the first promoter to be like, yo, you guys? So you guys go to CZ Dub. Is that the first time that you guys get consistent booking, where they're like, yo, you guys?
yeah, we got consistent booking through them into we took a trip to Dusty Rose promotion.
Yeah.
Back in the days, and we went over there with our video, Doug and Rob Feinstein.
Do you have a VHS tape?
In the car ride.
We do.
Yeah.
It's on the
In
road
the car
to
ride.
S.A.T.
That's it. Yo,
Yeah, legit.
I need to send me a picture, please. I want to see if you have anything that says SATs on VHS, please. That's fucking dope. Like I feel like we miss that trading concept because now like, I go on YouTube and no, like I know I got SAT VHS at my grandma's house. I got CZ Dub VHSs that EC Dub, all that stuff.
Me too, bro.
I know you do, Doug.
So
the lost art of VHS.
This is gonna be good. This story right here. So we taking the trip down south. We hell of excited. We're gonna wrestle for Dusty Rose promotion. It was crazy. And Doug and Rob was saying that they want to open a wrestling company, and they didn't know what to name it. So me, Red, and Jose started throwing names out there, and believe it or not, we landed on Ring of Honor, and that took off.
Is that the first? Were you a part of the first show?
Yeah,
bro. We made up the first show.
Right? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get there. We're gonna talk about ROH because I know there's some connection between ROH and Eddie as well that I definitely want to get into. Okay, awesome. Let's save that. Let's talk about Japan. What comes first, Mexico or Japan?
Japan.
Let's go back to Japan. I want to know who contacted you, what year, how it got set up, and then go from there.
2001.
2003.
What?
2003 was the first time I think we went to Japan. Was for 01. It was through Steve Carino, I believe. It was 2003.
That would be. I think it was. I know it was through Steve because he was booking or help booking.
PW, yeah, he was the head booker for 01. So he got us down there for 01 max, right? It was like a 2-week tour, 1-week tour, something like that. Yeah. Second time we went was through Tiger Hattori, right, Wilson and Charlie Akaji.
Yeah, they that's when we signed the contract with World Japan.
And how long was that? So real quick, let's talk about
World Japan. Was fun.
How do those international contracts work? Like when they say, yo, we want to offer you a contract, like what is it? Is it by years, months, dates? How does that work?
That one particularly was tours, actually, right? It was tours. World Japan was the longest tours we did. We did a lot of dates with them.
How many?
And I think I maxed out 3 passports with them. It was
it's trying to kick me out.
I think that was it.
I got it.
Like 200 dates, 200 days, right?
200 total, like wrestling days, or just 200 days?
Yeah, wow. 200 wrestling days. I mean, we were doing 60 days straight, like legit. Yeah. It's crazy.
And so, like, I want to clarify stuff because, like, I know when people like they hear that number, they're like, "Damn, that's a lot." But you guys were doing it in a tag team, so like, even though it was taxing, y'all were like in a tag team match a lot, no singles.
No, we did mad singles. They throw you in there. It was crazy.
We got to World Japan.
You wrestled Ricky Choshu on a singles, right? I wrestled Takao Mori in the singles. I wrestled mad guys. Power Warrior. It's crazy.
Yeah. Who was in your head the most notable Japanese wrestler you've ever wrestled or been in the ring with?
Ricky Choshu.
Nice.
Legend. He's Hulk Hogan.
Kensuke.
And Kensuke, when I wrestled Kensuke, bro, he called the clothesline. I said, no problem, buddy. Hit me as hard as you can.
Got it. Lay it in. I like that stuff. So, okay. So you guys return home from Japan, right?
Yeah.
What happens? Do you get like this parade? Do people think like, man, these guys are stuck up, or do they like kissing your ass? Like what's the atmosphere when you guys come back?
Well, when we got back from World Japan and we were gonna re-sign with them, we signed a contract with TNA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Nashville, right? Tennessee.
Yeah. That happened back to back. So
there was a lot going
like
on at the time though, because everything kind of just exploded. So Ring of Honor was happening at the time. Ring of Honor wasn't as big as it is now. It was a growing indie, which was great. TNA was just exploding at the time. It just dropped in Tennessee, and Japan was around at the time. So we had a couple of things going on. Like at that point, we were getting booked everywhere. We were doing CZW, ICW. We were doing Delaware, ECWA. We were doing Maryland Championship Wrestling. We were doing so MCW. It's like mad indies, mad good indies, you know. And we wanted to work for everybody, but it was getting crazy.
I always thought the Northeast had the best indies, had the best wrestling, had the best wrestlers.
Me too.
We've been everywhere, right? And we just always we kind of see what the atmosphere is and situation. And we're just like, I want to go back home.
The East Coast definitely stepped it up. Definitely stepped it up and definitely, you know, started bringing that style, bro. Everybody wanted to be a part of it for sure. I remember in Ring of Honor when Spanky, Paul London, Spanky, Paul London, Michael Shane, they used to drive from Texas, bro. You know, they were training with Shawn Michaels, and they used to drive 3 days just to get to Philly. It was crazy.
Yo, hold on 1 second. I gotta go yell at somebody at my girl.
Like, you shouldn't have done that.
I love that.
That's real man.
Yeah, real life.
Bro, I turned into like a non-people person. Like I love animals, and like people just don't get the hint when I'm like, leave my house. Like, and they're like, oh, but so yesterday somebody tried to sell me something and they came at a bad time. And I'm like, hey, I'm having dinner. Right now it's not a good time. And this lady was like, well, don't you want to know what I got? What I'm doing here? And I was like, no, because my family's more important. And I shut the door on her. But her face was like,
I love it when they call it the worst times. Like, I'm in the middle of something, but let me just tell you, I don't want to know.
No, I don't want to know. I don't got time. I don't got time for that.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a hard question. Let me ask you one of the tough questions that I never hear in an interview, but I'm gonna ask you straight up. So all right. So let me ask you, what was the Japanese contract? How much was it for? In 2000, we're talking about 2003, right? So what does a wrestling contract look like in 2003 for you guys?
Back then, we made decent dough.
What was it? For guys like, I don't know how you guys grew up, but like, yeah, 1,800 a week is good. Back then too.
It was 25 a week.
That's World Japan.
World Japan's 25 a week. But
yeah,
it was weird.
Bigger company.
Yeah.
Smaller company, 1,800 is still good.
It was good. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad at all. You was 16 years old? 17?
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't.
I was going home paying my mother's rent. I got it, Mom.
Got you, Mom. Yeah, I mean that's a blessing when you get talent like that and you could just support or even like gift. I know when I broke in, I'm doing teaching and I'm wrestling at the same time, so I'm struggling as a teacher while still hustling as an indie wrestler. But the moment that I did, get fortunate to get a good paycheck over 1,000, like, I was first thing was like give back to my family. So to hear that, Jose, to be like, yo, I'm gonna pay my mom's rent. That's cool that a 16-year-old at that time was mature enough to be like, yo, I'm gonna do what I want to do, but I'm gonna support the people that
yeah, bro. We came from the slums, man.
Same, bro, for real. And that's why, like, I think we connect a lot because, like, we don't need to talk about it, right? Like, we know everybody's struggle, whether it's from geography, like I just know New York, y'all know New Jersey, like, and being Latino is already hard too, because then we already coming into a family that they already struggling probably, and now we gotta either struggle with them or help them out. So, our stories are all connected somehow, whether it's by, culture, but most importantly, it's by Lucha Libre, it's wrestling, man, which is nuts.
Yeah.
So let's go to now. No. I don't want to go to now. I want to go to why S.A.T. Why the name S.A.T. How did that get connected to y'all? Because like, this is why, listen, I knew you guys as like those the Maximos, right? But then like all of a sudden they're like, no, flip it. They the S.A.Ts. I'm like, what?
Lee said for you, bro.
My dog. Yo, hold on, wait. I just told Will too. I said, I need an S.A.T. merch. Don't make me make some bootleg stuff and make my
Now we got some stuff coming out. We got some good stuff coming out.
Please.
We'll definitely send you
that discount though.
A whole package. Now we got you.
I'll rock it, bro. You know it.
Why S.A.T.? Joel, you want to go?
Yeah, the S.A.T name came from the fans. So our trainer, Mikey Robrek,
Paul Lauria too.
he set us down on a Spanish announce team. I mean, on the table. It was a regular announce table. And since we were Latinos, the crowd started screaming S.A.T. and it kind of stuck. It was just stuck to it. And then
yeah, they wanted to do the gimmick. They wanted to do the gimmick. It was when we first met Mikey at HWA, where Tony Nese, all these guys came from, where they were trained. So Paul Lauria, you know Paul Lauria, you ever yeah. So the Giant Killer Paul Lauria, he was the booker at the time. Well, actually, he was the owner of the company, right? Well, Joel. So
yeah,
he was like, "Yo, I got a cool gimmick." In WWF, at the time, the only table that was ever broken was the Spanish table.
Still. Why they aiming for the table, bro? Actually, you know what?
Table.
Actually, I think they only got one table now because all the Latinos were like,
they had the Spanish announce team, and then they had the Americans. And every time they destroyed the Spanish table, so the whole gimmick was that you guys are gonna go out there with the headset, with the television, a table, set it up, sit at the chair, and start announcing in Spanish. And whoever breaks the table will go and whoop their butt.
So, real quick, prior to SATs, what were y'all guys called?
Yeah, you're not gonna believe it. So
just Maximos, right?
Yeah, not even. No.
Oh.
Joel, you going back to that?
I'm going back. He just gotta know the truth.
No, because that's why I want to know the truth. I want to know why, like, SATs is y'all, but like how you just said, I knew it wasn't the original name.
Nah, like, bro, we started as Kev Carnage and Joel Maximum. You know, Mikey was like,
time out. Who the hell came up with those names?
So I thought it was cool to come up with Carnage because that was a comic book mark.
Yeah.
And Joel was like, I'm gonna be Maximum because okay. Mikey was like, yeah. First of all, you're 150 pounds soaking wet. You're not Carnage. You're not gonna Carnage anybody. And you're Maximum. What is that? You guys are Hispanic. What's Maximum in Spanish? Maximo. Okay, you're Joel. And what's your name? I was like, all right, Jose and Joel Maximo. That's it.
That's funny.
Legit. This is real life.
That is so funny because, like I said earlier, bro, that's exactly how we got the mini Maximos from Chris Hero and Claudio because they were like, "Your name's Jose. Your name's Joel. You're the mini Maximos." And I was like, "What the heck?"
Claudio's a beast, bro. I like both of them. They
have you guys worked them? Too. Have you guys worked them?
We never. I think we worked Chris Hero, right? Did we work Hero or no in California?
Yeah, no.
But not Claudio.
No, not Claudio.
Damn,
we worked mad shows with him.
Claudio is the best bass in the world, bro. He's the best.
I know, bro. He's a savage, bro. I think Red worked him a few times, right?
Bass in the world.
I want to say yeah, but I can't. I almost want to say no because I feel like I would have known. A clip maybe. Or something. I don't know.
Because we were around him all the time in Ring of Honor we did indies in Chicago. I forgot. We did so much. Florida. We've seen Claudio and Matt Indies with us, so
but never been in the ring. That's so nuts. You guys would tear it up. Let me ask you, Will. Let me ask Will. Quiet over there doing shoulder press.
Quiet. Yo, what's going on, Will?
When do you come in the picture?
Went way back. You went out.
No. It's
2000. I was like freaking 12 years old.
Hey, you can still do Lucha in 12, bro. Come on. So when do you come in, Will?
Well, I didn't have a choice. You ever watched the whole episode of Power Rangers while being in the camel clutch?
Yes, I love it.
That's what it was like growing up with these guys.
I love it.
So it was like wrestle.
Who had the camel clutch? Who had the lion tamer on?
That was it. It was always Jose that would put the cross face on.
Oh.
And I had to watch a whole Disney movie like that. And I was always behind the scenes. I was always really, really young. So my brothers were young. I was extra young, like way too young to even get on a show without getting the promoter's suit. So
and Northeast didn't play. They were like, nah, if you ain't 18.
Bro, he said my first show in Queens was at 16. And I hid from the commission.
Yeah. I was about to say you owe them. You owe them. Now they still coming back 20 years later. Or all right. Go ahead, Will.
Yeah, my first crack at the scene was a show in California where Jose couldn't make it. There was like an emergency happened with his vehicle. He was like, I cannot go. I gotta take care of this issue. And Joel was like, all right, Kelvin, Jose, shoot name Kelvin, lend them your boots. And I'm like, what? He was like, yeah. We're gonna go stay over Small Joe's house, and we got a tour there anyway. We get to visit California. He called the promoter. They switched up the name on the plane ticket, and that's how I got my first show with Joel as a tag partner.
Nice.
He's like, they'll never do.
You lucky son of a bitch.
You didn't even realize.
I told everybody that was Jose was hurt, so he stood in the corner. I did all the work.
Of course, of course. You ain't do nothing in the match, damn it.
But I grew up training with my brothers. Like my brothers, they trained me in the ring. You know what I mean? Like everything that I learned was from them, and of course, watching this. You know, the whole art of wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, name any wrestler now. I've watched them. I've studied them. You know what I mean? So
that's important, man. Like you said it too. Like this is an art, and we need a. I always tell people that when they be like, "Yo, you watch this, you watch that," I was like, "Yo, I watch all wrestling," and it's not because like I was
just watching them.
Just watching. Like, I just like watching wrestling. Like I like watching wrestling as a fan. I like watching my boys wrestle. I like watching bad wrestling.
Me too.
I just love wrestling.
Me too.
I don't care what it is. I just love it.
I was just watching the way Dusty Rhodes drops his elbow. It was always awesome, right? But it didn't seem so perfect till the other day when I was YouTube.
You don't realize
YouTube video. The way he hits the ropes, no matter where it was, wherever the opponent could be slanted on the floor, it didn't matter. He'll hit the ropes, and the way he dropped the elbow was like, holy shit.
Yeah, and the crowd went nuts.
Behind the way that big guy moved.
Yeah,
it was insane.
Yeah,
that's how I watch wrestling. Still, I watch it from like. I don't know if it's like it is art. It's always art.
It's hard. It's hard to watch wrestling sometimes, like as you know, being trained in it, right? Like so, sometimes it's hard to take yourself. But when you do get to watch wrestling or matches, and you're like, damn, this is like now I feel like how I watched it when I was watching at my grandma's house, like when I was 6 years old, 7 years old. But it's sometimes. Like I hear some of my peers and my friends and like, no, I don't watch wrestling when I leave work. I'm like, my dude, you just collecting a check. That's not cool. Like, because then when you go to work with these guys, they ain't got no passion and you hear it in their voice. And then like, it kind of takes you out of the match where you're like, damn, we're supposed to be having fun. We're supposed to be, like creating magic. And sometimes like, if the passion is not there, we ain't making art. We just, what are we doing? Painting by numbers? I don't want to do that.
If you stop studying, man,
it's just a job, and it's not a dream anymore. At the end of the day, we all got to grow up, right? And get, what do you call it? We're all grown. We're all grown men, but it doesn't mean we have to get old.
Yeah.
And cranky, and you know what I mean?
I think you said it too, bro. Like we got to grow up, but that doesn't mean we got to get old. That's a big thing. And I think I was telling Will before everybody came in, I was like, man, it's important that we stay healthy physically and mentally. And I see you guys and I'm like, damn, these are some, y'all healthy, y'all good looking, clean, like y'all look like y'all ready to get back in, which is getting me excited because I see I'm not throwing shade, but like I see the size of y'all and I'm like, yo, like to see these guys move with the stuff that they had from before and the stuff that they got now, like you know what I'm saying? Like, how can you not get excited about that for yourselves, even where you're like, sometimes we forget why we love wrestling or why we get into wrestling. And then once we find it again, it kind of is a rejuvenation, which y'all are at right now. And I'm like, I'm glad to be a part of that journey, but I want to be in it too, man. I want to be on the other side, taking stuff and giving stuff. Like, I want to mix it up with y'all guys too.
Absolutely, bro. We definitely it's inevitable. I feel like it's inevitable.
Yeah, yo, for real, it is inevitable, and it's
gonna happen.
When I saw you, you said Grand Metallic and Kalisto. I told my brothers, I was like, Doug, this is the breaking for us because now we want to do the whole brother thing. Now it's 3 of us plus Red is 4 of us. Yeah. And the passion, like all these years later, like it was still there. Like I like to go have fun. I like to be daring. You know how we wrestle, so we don't say no. We never say no because I like when things look dangerous. It doesn't have to be dangerous, like meaning where somebody gets hurt, but when it looks like that,
you know your limitations.
Of course, and it's like you guys. I seen you do the That was crazy, by the way. And that's like, man, this is what makes you fall in love with wrestling again. When you did the hanging shooting star press off the cage, I was like, that's my guy, bro. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
This is not my
and
story
by the way,
to tell, but
no
that
shame,
was
no one caught you.
Yeah, for real. Hell no. I landed legit on my feet, and that's probably why my ankle was blown out for like three weeks. But listen, it was all good because to me, I always I was having fun. And I fought for that idea because I knew where we were at in the match, and we got eliminated right after. But I wanted to make sure that damn, if they're not gonna, if we're not gonna go over, y'all gotta be talking about us somehow. So I made sure that we did something insane.
And that's exactly what it is, because I see that clip everywhere all the time. And it's a highlight for the rest of your career.
Yeah, forever.
You did a Jeff Hardy type of situation. Jeff Hardy did the swanton off the ladder.
I'm the dude who did the shooting star off the elimination chamber.
The hanging shooting star.
But I want to see. Have you guys ever did Spanish fly off a cage?
Of course.
Yeah.
On with
who? Ring of Honor. We did it on Jay Lethal. In Ring of Honor, we did it on.
So let's talk about ROH now. Let's talk about ROH now. Then, you said made up the first ROH show. Tell me about that. Let's chit chat about that day. First ROH show. You guys get booked by who? Who you guys supposed to wrestle? And then that's the same show, I believe. Super Crazy wrestled Eddie, right?
Yeah,
I believe.
Yeah, I think it was. Was it the first show or the second show? Ring of Honor. I think it was the second show. Eddie wrestled Super Crazy.
Second show. Eddie Guerrero came in.
Okay.
Yeah, the first show was Loki versus Rest in Peace Xavier.
Mm-hmm.
We wrestled in a tag team scramble match. We wrestled. I believe it was
my dude. This is history. His squad.
His squad. Special K and Amazing Bread and Brian Excel.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Was it? I think so.
You remember that? Yeah.
Yeah, legit.
Because we went. They put us over on that match, and then Red brought Jay Briscoe to the second one, and we went over, and then he brought Eddie Guerrero.
Mm.
Remember that was the angle they were going with.
Which one?
We're talking about 2001.
I know, but that's a big show to that's a big show. I hope you guys would when we read the book of the Maximos and y'all talk about the connection between Eddie, ROH, and the Maximos, y'all got to remember this stuff because somebody's gonna ask you guys.
No, of course.
So, boom, y'all guys wrestle cool, right? We talk about that. That's the fun, easy part. We love it. We watch it. Does Eddie say anything to you? What's the connection? How does that happen?
That was the big surprise.
We were designated to pick up Eddie Guerrero from the airport to the hotel, from the hotel, but we were like, we'll pick up Eddie Guerrero.
And real quick, so this is Eddie after he had just left WWF, right? He was Intercontinental Champion. I think he left as or European, one of them, and he was having some issues, and they let him go to kind of just recollect himself, right?
Recollect himself.
So how was he mentally and physically around you guys? Like was he there? He looked there, you know what I'm saying?
He was there.
Yeah,
he was there, and I think it rekindled his love for wrestling again.
Yeah,
I think the Indies did something, bro, because fans, Ring of Honor fans. Same crowd, I believe, as the ECW fans. Like, these are enthusiasts who love athletic our style of wrestling.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They like the high flying. They like the aggression. They like, you know what I mean. And Eddie Guerrero fell in love with that. I feel like he fell in love. He wanted to wrestle us. He was the one who was like, I want to wrestle the Maximos, which was freaking crazy. Eddie Guerrero wants to what?
Yeah,
wants to wrestle who?
I'll take the frog splash. Who said?
I take anything you want. I'll take a brain buster from the top to the floor.
You know what I mean? I'll take that from him. I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, we'll do whatever. And
so I want to know specifically, like, how's that first interaction with Eddie? Like, what y'all doing? How does it happen? What is said? Who's wearing the best clothes?
It was crazy. So we meet him, right? He's one of our idols. and
we're picking him up from the hotel.
yeah, we so excited, and we pick him up. He told us fine. He started opening up about his family and everything else. You know, getting to know each other, filling each other out, whatever. We get to the building, and you know, fast forward, we start calling out the match. His back was hurt, so the first thing he said is that he wasn't taking Spanish fly. Off the back, he got that across. But you know what's funny? You know what's funny, that I see that match and I see how well he wrestles. Like regardless,
Yeah.
like you can't tell he had a back problem. This guy is just a machine. And we talking out the match, and you know it's him and Amazing Red versus me and my brother. So we knew it was gonna be a nice match. And then he called out the finish on Jose. Go ahead, Jose. He told you about the pop up. What is that move called again?
Which
the Tiger Bomb. It was the Tiger Bomb.
The Tiger Bomb.
Tiger Bomb.
He used to do the Tiger Bomb.
Yeah.
So he wanted to call that, and I said, bro, I'll take anything you want, bro.
Yeah. Stop asking. I'll do whatever.
Yeah. Don't you get it? He's the man. He wrote about us in his book because we got close. We started calling each other, started keeping in touch, and
that's dope,
we went up there to WWE a few times to wrestle a couple guys, dark matches and stuff. And at the time, I forgot who we wrestled. We wrestled the Basham Brothers, right? In a dark match. Yeah. I think it was in Jersey. But Eddie came up to us. Eddie was like, "They're not quite ready for you yet, bro."
He did.
And we were like, all right.
But it's true. If you think about it, though, it's true. That style.
It was.
You know,
it was.
He saw it in the future that because him and Malenko sprinkled in that, like, let's speed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit of athleticism. And like you guys like whoop, all the way up, like
yeah. He was like,
like, you know,
they're not ready yet.
Yeah. Like, but right. What do you think life would have been though if you did go there right now? Like, what do you think that time, Joel? What do you think that timeline would have been like for you guys? Say that you did sign.
You know what's funny, that I for a while I used to stumble on those thoughts all the time. You know, like, where in that timeline did we go wrong? Because we were getting dark matches, you know, and Eddie was up there, and Chavo, I got to meet Chavo through Eddie, and we got really close, you know what I mean? And nothing. It was nothing for us because it's exactly what he said. He said we were too ahead of our time. He told us that. You know what's funny? Lisa, that he told us that, and then he followed up with this. Jose, he said, "You will make it to the dance, but it's not your time." And you know what I'm saying? It's been a long time since I've been in the ring in front of a crowd. But you
know what? You guys came up in my mind. I think maybe honestly, like what year are we in? 21? 5 years ago when I got signed. Because when Underground came out, I was getting hit right before I got signed. I got hit up by everybody, right? And I was like, well, I know my path. Like, I just manifest my future. Like, I just knew what I wanted to do. But man, when Underground came up, I was like, this is because I know we did a show for you guys, maybe that same year I got signed or the year before. So I was like, okay, they still in the game. And then Underground came out and I was like, yo, maybe this is it for them to bring back Maximos or S.A.Ts like through Underground. Because like the last even from 2010 to now, like Mexico and that Cali scene has been popping again with big stuff. Why did you guys not feel like that was a good time to remerge? Like why now versus like maybe that time where there might have been openings like for that, you know, or more opening opportunities for that?
We like me and my brothers, we don't take nothing to the heart that much.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? In reality, we usually laugh it off at the end. You know, we talk and laugh things off. But before that, like when we were really deep into like getting matches with the WWE and stuff like that, something occurred. You know what I mean? In the timeline where we gave a tape to one of the agents and they dumped it right in front of our face, and it kind of discouraged the whole thing. And then we got told that why would they sign us if they had like Eddie, Chavo, Ray, Super Crazy, Juventud Guerrero, and Psychosis in the roster?
So what do you think when they said that?
Well, I thought maybe, you know, our life would be in Japan, but you know, Japan takes a toll. At that time, we were doing like, my last tour with Jose. We were banged up. They did 19 days straight with no rest, and it was like, whoa, it got real. You know what I mean? It got really real. And with the style that we were doing, and you know, we didn't slow down. Every time we got to a show, we wanted to do our thing, and you know, things took a turn, you know, and I stepped out. He stepped out of wrestling, and then Will started coming up slowly. I got really heavy, and I was like, you know what, whatever. But you know, we're not dwelling on the past. We've been training for the last 2 years now, and now we're in the shape that we want to be in, and in the ring, I think I'm better than ever now.
Yeah, I will say this. I will commend the weight loss, because the last time I did see you guys, yeah, like you said, like a little bit heavier, but bro, like all of y'all look good in the face. Well, like I think you were maybe to me maybe the biggest, and I was like, to see
big boy.
but yeah, but for real, but to see him now, like, bro, you look like amazing, like you look healthy.
You're gonna see us. Lee said we're gonna be in the best shape.
Don't tease me,
lives,
damn it!
bro.
Don't tease me.
You're gonna be in the best shape of our lives.
Yo, I'll come up to New York and train.
I'm in Jersey, bro.
Oh, what part? No, don't say it. But yeah, we'll chit chat. I'll definitely come link up. You know, I've got family still in New Jersey, and New York ain't that far. As long as I could get in the ring with you guys, I'm happy.
Let's go. We do some. We training somewhere secret somewhere.
Good.
We'll link up and we'll train, bro.
Let's do it.
You know what I mean?
Let me say so. Let me see. All right, I got some more stuff real quick. The biggest question of all. You ready? Who came up with the Spanish fly and why? How? What the
that,
y'all thinking?
I don't know. That guy right there. See that guy?
I'm nuts right there.
Let me tell you something, bro. My brother, and I'm not just saying this is my brother. Joel has probably the sickest mind in wrestling I've ever came across. We came across a lot of guys. This dude right here, his mind for wrestling, it's sorry, let's not say that, right? It's out of this. Yeah, it's insane. It's out of this world. You know what I mean? Like,
so okay, I'm gonna talk to Joe real quick. Who took the first Spanish fly?
Who took the first one?
Yeah,
Red.
Was
Red.
Okay, so let me. Red took everything, probably. Damn it!
Of course.
You sons of.
Even though I did 20 pounds.
It's all right. I usually took everything. Just same reason. Joe, what the hell were you thinking? Saying, "Yo, me and my brother are gonna rock bottom you, do a flip ski, and you guys are gonna eat it."
Right? We're watching Nitro. We're watching WCW Nitro, and we had a whole bunch of little G.I. Joes. I love G.I. Joes, right? And I used to make moves out of playing with them. I used to just create moves. So I hooked it. I hooked the double rock bottom for a double rock bottom. I was thinking of the Rock. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you did call it rock bottom then, right? Like you were like, yo,
double rock bottom.
Double rock bottom. Cool. Hell yeah. All right. Yeah.
So I flipped the G.I. Joes and they landed perfectly together. And I was like, oh shit, we could do that. And then I told my brother, he was like, all right, I guess we're gonna do it. And then when we got to practice, we told Red to go up and we're gonna do it. Guess what happens? My brother slips and lands right on his nose in front of Mikey Whipwreck. So Mikey went crazy on us. He was like, get off the top rope. I don't want you doing that. That move is dangerous, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is, it's not gonna work. And Kelvin started bleeding a little, and then he comes up to me when Mikey turned around. He's like, yo, let's do it again. And Red was like, come on. We went, we hit it. He wasn't looking. Remember, he wasn't looking? No. We hit it, we got up high. We were like, yeah, and then he didn't see it. So then Red was like, Mikey, please watch it. And then when we did it again and again and again, and I think we did it like 100 times that day.
Yeah.
And
Red was beat up.
To Red.
Damn.
And then Mikey Whipwreck was like, I think this is probably the best tag team finisher I've ever seen. Like, this is gonna change the game. He said that, and that was like year 2000.
Yeah.
And we went ahead and pulled it off in CCW, and the crowd went insane. And we just started doing it from there.
I think I might have seen, if I'm not mistaken, I think it might have been in New Jersey you hit it, right? Because I think I'm looking at their arena. Yeah, okay, I did see it. And I remember watching it, and I'm like, because Red is already amazing, right? And then I'm seeing you guys pick dude up, double rock bottom. I'm like, what the hell? because like, you know, as an athlete, homie, all he has to do is a front flip. That's not that scary, but to do a moonsault and control, homie, and then with
it's just the contraption itself looks crazy.
Yeah,
like, what's happening right
and
now?
to hit it flat, like, because nowadays it's, you know, it's not even 50-50. It's like 10% you get to hit it right, and 90% it's gonna probably be okay, but probably the. But your stuff was always like flat, and then that big pop up into the pin was like, oh, you know, it was over. So who took, like, out of the circle, who was the next one to take it? Like, because you got to convince somebody else that you usually don't work with.
Yeah, it was hard convincing people in the beginning when we first used to call it. They were like, "No, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Come on, it's easy, man. No, I'm not doing what." You know, they couldn't grasp. I mean, so many people took it. Joel did it on Dick Togo.
Yeah, and
Dick
legendary
Togo,
Dick Togo took it. What, you better take it.
Dick Togo is his legend. It's his hero. It's Joel's hero.
Hell yeah,
That's my idol. That's
like,
my idol.
Joel broke his ankle.
And I broke his ankle.
With the Spanish fly?
Spanish fly.
Woo.
So then after that, it was really hard to convince people.
Damn. So who would have been the first person to take it outside of Red?
It was probably John.
Quiet Storm.
Quiet Storm. Yeah. And he was fine, right? Like, he was like, yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
Thanks.
it was good. Let's do it. Let's do it. Because then, you know, it was we used to do it everything on Red, but Red would also beat the living piss out of us.
Yeah.
You know, Red used to kick us with all his might. Because I'm small. What does that mean? You hit hard.
Yeah. Like, for real, you hitting hard as hell.
Yeah, legit. He'll kick us, and you know, that's how we train, bro.
There was I wish Red was here, but I'm gonna connect with Red another time, because I wanted to tell him there was one time I got booked for TNA for the extravaganza or something like that, and he was in a 4-way and I was in a 4-way too, but my 4-way was in this cage match or eliminate. I don't know what it was, but anyway, I think Red hadn't come to the building, or like he had something came up where he couldn't make it, and that match ended up being a 7-way in the cage, and it was like just a crazy mess. But that would have been the first time I would have worked Red. But honestly, I don't think at that time I was ready, but I don't think like I found my groove where I'm just like still getting comfortable and all that. Where later on, well, in Toronto, check it out. In Toronto, I think he had got hurt before, or he was just coming back, one of the things, but I felt like he was a little bit reserved, and I was like, damn, like it was a great match still. Like we still, you know, still killed it, but I just felt like, you know, I want that rematch, because, you know, when we talk about the great high flyers, like I hear you guys' names and Red and Ricochet and all these other guys. And, you know, I don't want to just be a flash in the pan. I want to be up there too, but we got to be all in the same ring to showcase, you know, everybody. And, you know, we're all superstars and trendsetters and all these things that later on, once we're done and fucking can't move, and we texting each other gifs of you guys doing Spanish flies to me through tables or whatever the heck we do later, like, you know,
that's that whole plan.
You already know, my dude. Like I'm in our rocking chairs.
Wow, baby, let's do it.
Yo, for
That's
real,
awesome.
please.
I love that.
Because here's the thing, man, and we different generations, but we still wrestling, and I feel like that's a part of the family, right? And a lot of us don't have that brotherhood, that camaraderie anymore, where we, you know, I could call you guys, or, you know, like there's a lot of people who don't got my number. That's why, Joe, when you called me, I was driving, I immediately pulled over, because I was like, I gave him my number for a reason, and if I didn't want him to call me or whatever, I wouldn't have gave it. You know, that's just the kind of person I am. But like I always look at you guys as like, man, my big brothers, but I appreciate you always being in my life, just being y'all, and never like big leaguing, never like looking out for like favors. Y'all just always been mad real, because I feel like indirectly we all do the same thing, which is like try to provide a better wrestling. Yeah, it's for us because we're in it, but ultimately it's like we're giving back as much as we can. That's more important than
that's what it is,
and all that stuff. Like I want people to remember us, and especially you guys, like the fathers of today's style, for real. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like you see what people are doing, and like y'all got that. Like y'all had that. Y'all started that. So Like
all those
real.
it's crazy that all those moves that we used to do just to do are now the top moves. And like besides Spanish Fly, infrared, co-red. You ever seen the S.A.T bomb? It's a pop onto the knees. Jose made that up.
Yep.
Beach breaker, which I made a beach breaker in 1997. I did that move. A whole lot of moves.
I want to know right now. I want to know right now. Name as many things as you guys can that you guys see today. Like you just named a few. I want to know what else.
The Tower of Doom was made by me. The Tower of Doom in Ring of Honor. I created the whole thing. I told everybody to go up there, double suplex. You guys will take the Russian legs for you. You guys will take another Russian legs. The whole thing was me.
Yeah.
And the beach breaker that they call it beach breaker. I when I first started doing it was
ball buster,
which I mean.
Ball buster.
Yeah, the ball buster. Because
yeah. Canadian Destroyer was made by Amazing Red. He gave it to Quiet Storm before Quiet Storm's first show in TNA, and then Petey William took it and made it famous. What other moves?
Power bomb to the knees. I just seen somebody do it.
Yeah, that's a big one now. Especially I see that like definitely a lot of
Yeah, I think I tried that out on Matt Striker.
Oh really? Before he hit WWF?
Way before. We do it way before. And we were in practice and Striker was with us. And I said, let me try this on you, bro. And I did the pop up to the knees on Striker. And I said, I'm gonna start doing this. I'm talking about, bro, 2002.
Yeah.
2003.
And all of these things is like way before its time, like for real. Like
way before.
I'm talking like over a decade. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
Jordan, I said you're not ready.
I'm not saying I made it up. I did the Tope DDT on Mark Briscoe in 2005.
I've used that before.
Tornado, the Tope DDT was lit. It's lit.
Yeah, that stuff is ridiculous. Especially
I just seen a girl in WWE do the twist suplex, Joel.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I made that up, but I definitely used that a lot
back in the day.
Yeah.
Yo, I want to know the last thing. What are y'all?
Driver?
Oh, the driver.
No one even does that yet. I haven't seen anybody do that.
No. Don't say it out loud because then people are gonna be like YouTube.com. So what are y'all? What's next? Wait, what's next? Like we got your voice out there, right? We know the plan that you guys want to do, but what's next? Like what's the next step?
Well, right now, this is basically our come out. You know what I mean? Right now, like we've been asked to do an interview together by many people, and like you said, me and you have a connection. You and us, we have a connection, a brother connection. So I'm glad that you took the chance and opportunity and your time to do this for us, because this is exactly how I pictured it. You know, to more relaxed and more like for us to be ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what's next after March? We'll be in the ring. A company from Japan reached out to us. They haven't announced that new company yet. They told me not to say anything about it. I could talk about it, but I can't say the name yet. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'll call you. I'll let you know later, Lindsay. And I think after that, we got to put our heads together and see where we're gonna head to.
Yeah, I think, and I know we talked a little bit. I was like, man, after January, we'll have a better picture of like where the world is, right?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy
because right now it's a lot of talent out there that's like hurting because they don't got a place to showcase what they can do. You guys are fortunate, like you guys got this company brand new, so already eyes are going to be on you, and you know, I know you guys are going to kill it no matter what anyway. But I'm hoping, like I said, after January, this world goes back to some normalcy, because man, as soon as they say, yo, you can have some shows with fans, that's revenue for companies to be like, who can we get? And they're not going to be able to, you know, 6 or 7 to 10 match cards. They're going to have to minimize, which might be a good thing for wrestling. But what I'm getting at is like, maybe now with that being back, these companies and more companies are going to have there's resources to bring you in, to bring the talent that needs to showcase that can showcase the style that you guys want to portray and will portray. And I think it's I'm excited for March to come, because I know I'm gonna ask you for a link to this, because I'm gonna be rooting for you guys for real, like, because I'm excited for this comeback. We talk about it all the time, but like to now really see it, like, bro, I'm getting like goosebumps right now just thinking about it. Like,
Thank you, man.
that music hits, and I know whatever y'all think, life will go off for a second, because now you guys will enter back into the realm that you guys created and be,
and that's powerful. Thank you.
the kings, like, of your own like entertainment. No, for real, because you're the artist now. At that moment, I always say this to everybody. I was like, I don't care what I do on TV or wherever I'm at. At that moment, nothing else matters besides what I'm doing. And it matters to a lot of people, but most importantly, it matters to me. And
no doubt.
No, that's gonna be a big moment for you guys, hitting that curtain, going through the steps, the ropes, hitting that first pose and hitting that first ding ding when the bell rings, and then y'all locking up. I know that those veins are just gonna be flowing with that adrenaline that you missed. And know y'all have it like already, right? Y'all training and all that, but like, you know how it is when you get a live crowd or
different ecstasy.
It's different, bro. It's different. People don't ever understand that. Like when Hall talked about addiction, like to wrestling, like I never understood that until opening the curtain. And you're like, oh, what the hell? Like, this is nuts. It is. I'm excited for y'all, man. Like, and I hope you guys like really take the moment into. It's not even the complete circle. Y'all getting to the complete, because we know when you make it to where y'all want, that's when the circle is complete. But it's there, it's reachable, you know. And the first step is that match in March. And who's sending me the link?
I am.
Yes, sir.
No doubt.
Yes, sir.
Dope, man.
That's
Just
just
hearing
one.
you talk like that, Lisa, though. Seriously, man. Like at the end of the day, we're all human, and we think. I personally, I get like little like damn, man. Maybe a lot of people don't care. You know what I mean? To see us come back. You know what I'm saying? But when I hear you talk like you're talking straight out of your heart, a lot of people won't do that. A lot of wrestlers, a lot of brothers in the brotherhood, they won't say what they really feel. You know what I mean? And you see that means a lot, man.
No, I appreciate that, man.
And you realize, yo, there's people out there who really got love for us, you know? Like legit love. It's not even like, you know, there's no hate, no hatred.
I always try to find obviously there's negative in the world. I always try to find the positive. So when you say like, damn, do people care? Guess what? If one person cares, that's one person. I gotta, somebody's caring. They depending on how I'm gonna make them feel. So yeah, man, dude, there's a lot of cats out there who really do care about the S.A.T legacy, the individual, like, you know what I'm saying? So this is the year. This is the year. I see it, bro.
It's just the beginning, bro. You gotta see
it, right? It's the beginning.
You see this stuff. You know how crazy we are, bro? We're like, all right, Spanish Fly, boom, it's out there. Everybody pretty much does it. It's cool,
bro.
Right?
Imagine the pop when you hit the first Spanish Fly coming back.
Climbing
the freaking whoever gets stopped. Oh, the whole crowd's gonna be like, what the? Who's gonna step up for? Yo, you do it.
Watch the pop when you see Spanish Bomb, Lindsay.
Oh.
No, Spanish Fly was Jose and Joel together. We incorporated Will somehow to get in on something new, man.
Bro, don't even. Let me be a fan. Let me be a fan and watch it live. What else you want to leave with?
G.I. Jones, get the G.I. Jones.
G.I. Joe. Yo, send me a video with the G.I. Jones. So any last words you guys want? Anything you want to say right now? I'm gonna leave the floor to you guys. Like, this is the outro to the intro, the reintroduction to the Maximos. Like, anything you want to get out there, bro, this is the time. I'm not gonna interrupt. I want you to just, this is your time.
Well, first off, thank you again, my bro. Thank you for encouraging us and this whole time, because people now know that we've been talking for a while, and you always have the nicest things to say about us. I watch wrestling because of you and a couple of other guys that I consider my friends. And this year we're gonna go out there and try to change the game all over again in our own way. I think we have a great arsenal of new moves that we're gonna bring into the wrestling world. We are very creative in the tag team game, and now with both of my brothers by my side, it's gonna be very exciting.
Hell yeah. What's up, Jose? What you want?
Yo, legendary, man. I mean, Eddie Guerrero always told us, right? That's one of the things he told us. He was like, many people look at the mountaintop and from the bottom they're like, but I see the finish line. It sounds weird, right? Because we're still very young. I'm still in my 30s, but I see exactly what you said earlier. I see exactly where we're gonna wind up. I don't want to say it now, but I know exactly where we're gonna be. But in the journey, I promise you, you haven't seen anything yet, bro. We're gonna change. We just changed up the whole game. The whole arsenal is crazy. It's gonna be a whole different level of wrestling, and it's gonna be all around. It's gonna be all around mixed again, and we're gonna tell the stories that I so miss. When I watch you wrestle, and I'm not just blowing smoke. This is legit. Because if I didn't like the way you wrestled, I'd be like, no.
I want you to be honest, for real.
The stories you tell when you're wrestling, this is why we're back. Guys like you. Guys like you are like, man, because not for nothing. Sometimes you sit in the sideline and it's like, I'm not. And then it's like, wait a minute. Oh, did you see these guys? My brother put me on a few years back. He was like, did you see these guys wrestle? Lince and the Lucha House Party was like, I started to watch you guys. So you guys really, 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 really turned us on to come back. I'm like, guys like this is why we want to compete. We could make magic with people like you. We could make magic with guys like you. We could make history with guys like you.
And we want to do that.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
It's inevitable.
Yeah, it is. And it's crazy. Like, no matter how, like, before everybody used to worry about age, right? Like, oh, don't get to a certain age, you'll never make it. Now it's like the older you are, the better you are. And just imagine when we get that opportunity, because it's going to come full circle, like life just always does, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's like whatever, like it's magical, bro. Like,
absolutely.
Just to go out there, to wrestle your brothers. People don't understand. Like, it's not work. It's fun. Like, it never is a chore. It's never an art. It maybe is an argument, but like, it's because this guy has the same passion and wants to just put out the best banger, better than all the anything on the card. So like, man, I look forward to even just training with you guys, getting in the ring, let's go. Let's do it. Look, I see Joe. I see him like thinking, but I know what he's thinking. He's thinking wrestling. He's thinking like 20 things in his head, and all of it is like
his mind is just going nuts right now.
Like wrestling.
Man,
Will,
I'm about to go train. I'm about to go train today, honestly.
For real. Man, for real. Post a pic. I'll repost it because I want people to tease to get teased.
Will?
But I want to know what you got, Will.
It's not, I'm looking forward to competing, man. Like the guys that are coming around now, especially Lucha House Party, like my brother said, not blowing smoke up your butt. These are the guys that you and similar type of wrestlers, like the Lucha style, and just like the genuine entertaining during the match, man. That's what we want to come back to. Like, it's not what we're gonna get out of wrestling. It's what else we got to offer wrestling. Yeah. I want to give it all, man. I do want to compete. That's what drives me most, to come back. And I was the one who really put the phone call in and like, yo, are you watching? Yeah, I'm watching. We got to get back in here, man. We still have a story to tell. Like, it ain't over, man. We all took a big break from it, but it's almost like,
it's funny because I'm reading.
Addiction, man, it calls you back bad.
Yeah. Hold on one second.
No better time than now.
What's funny? I'm reading something right now. I don't want to say it because I'm addicted to self-improvement right now, just like self-motivating myself and all that. And I don't want to give anybody, I'll text it to you guys later, but I don't want to give anybody an edge because then that takes away from my edge. You know what I'm saying? But in there, it talks about the importance of absence and like how absence can actually help recreate this not only drive, but interest. And I think that's what y'all might have done indirectly. So like I said, when you guys come back, it's more for y'all, you know, but the fans, don't forget, the fans there is a lot of people. There's a culture out there that, especially the indie culture, that goes back. The heritage goes back to the Maximos. So you guys are going to get that instant pop because of the respect. And after watching this and seeing the passion, like, people are going to respect you not only for your work, but as the individual that you are, or individuals that you are. So like I said, man, I'm mega excited for this journey to begin and start. I'm mega excited to be a part of it. I'm just mega excited that you guys are self-motivating yourselves to get back into it. And
absolutely, man,
bro, I just need a shirt. That's it. So when we
need a match, we need a match. We need a match. And
yeah, we gotta get a training session in, man.
Yo, for real, we'll link off stream, and for real, I'm not lying.
No doubt.
Get up. We'll spend a couple of days up there and just chill. But for real, I definitely want to get in the ring with you guys.
That'll be cool, bro.
My loves, I love you guys. For real.
Love you too, seriously, man.
And just make sure that you guys stay safe in this crazy world. Where can they find you?
Real Jose Maximo.
Boom.
On Twitter and Instagram.
What about you, Joel?
Well, my Instagram is Spanish Announce Team, but my Twitter is Real Joel Maximo.
Bam. And what about you?
On Twitter, I'm at Real Will Maximo. And on Instagram, I'm just Will Maximo.
There we go. Guys, make sure you guys go follow.
Family, my phone is up there.
Yes, sir. Yo.
Baby Maximo's a beast, bro. Wait till you see.
Man, this is what I want y'all to do. I want everybody to go follow these guys right now. From the Maximos, I would love for you guys to start uploading some old stuff onto a YouTube channel, so people can really see it, and I know that's something y'all can put away, but that's something people want to see. And I would love to even watch them with you guys and just think or hear what y'all think. So maybe that's something we could do later on in life.
Absolutely, bro.
I love you for real, man. For real. I got nothing but love for you guys. I'm excited. And
thank you.
Lisa, all love, brother, man.
For real.
Seriously. We'll link up. One of these days, we'll link up.
All right, guys. Take care. I love
Stay
you.
Up.
Peace.
Well, then, I'm not even a very nice person in 3 hours.
Okay, I don't know what you want me to say. Yeah, just wait.
I literally said I'm over by
You pumping right now?
I'm gonna take this video right here of Will doing some shoulder presses. Yo, I hope you really enjoyed that interview with the S.A.Ts, Joel, Jose, and Will Maximo, and make sure that you go ahead and follow them. If you enjoyed this video, let me know by liking it and leaving a comment below. Who else would you like to see get interviewed by the Litty Kitty? Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe. And most importantly, stay Lucha lit.